Something wrong with that, Gordon?
We have a public hearing tonight. Extending a moratorium on additional years for accepting applications for the installation of permanent internal illuminated signs within the village of Rouses Farm. And I open the meeting for the public hearing. Anybody wishing to address the board, may do so.
It's the signs and stuff in the village have to be lit on the outside.
The George was up before we did this, get it started.
George, are we ever gonna put this into the zoning thing so we don't have to do this every year?
We're in the process right now.
You've been in the process for 4 years, this is the
I
4th
know.
year.
That committee never gave us a report, we've never seen it.
Well, let's send the committee a letter and ask them to bring it
We've
to
got
send
it.
up to date.
We've got it, we're working on it right now, John. On that, you've got a copy of the public, the local law?
Yep.
Close the public hearing at this time. Do you want to act on it now, board, or you want to wait?
Now I'll make a motion to extend the moratorium for an additional year. Second.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Huckrow. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Okay, comments from the public at this time. Close this section at this time. You'll have another chance at the end of the meeting. Okay. Minutes of the previous meeting. We all have copies for it. Is there any additions or deletions?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of the previous meeting, January 18th. Second.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Baker. Is there any discussion?
Excuse me, Mayor, there's also a special meeting on the 31st.
Oh, I didn't.
Let me amend my motion, January 18th and January 31st.
That
I'll make
was
a motion to accept the previous meetings.
very short and sweet.
Yeah.
Yes. Second that. Okay, the motion's been made, seconded. Any discussion? Being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Bills, do we have any additions or deletions?
We do not.
Thank you.
Dave. Second.
Moved by trustee Huckrow, seconded by trustee Shore. What's your name? Roberts. Is there any discussion? There being no discussion? Thank you. All those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Okay. Discussion on the 2011 New York State Legislative Forum.
No floor is one.
Now, you all have a copy of that there. It's Friday, March 4th at 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. at the West Side Ballroom in Plattsburgh. Now, I have attended this every year. And actually, I think some of you should attend it.
Friday, March 4th.
Yeah, you're going to have, you're going to have Betty Little, Janet Dupree, Teresa Saywood there.
I'll go.
Anybody else?
Don't know. Can I make it a maybe?
Sure.
I'll make a commitment to go.
One, two.
I think it's good that we get some face time with these ladies.
Yes. Mr. Jefferson? No?
Well, you don't want to go with the whole board, we'll have to have.
Why not?
Be a board meeting.
You know, no.
We'll sit at different tables.
You will too.
You're going to.
I think it's good for the village to have some face time with these people.
I can't commit right now because I'm waiting for the scheduling.
When the hell did I say that was?
March 4th, Friday, March 4th.
Okay.
7:30 to 9:30.
Okay, everybody, and if I can make it, I'll let you know,
Yeah.
in the next day or two.
It's perfect time. You made a motion, John?
Yeah. I guess
Second? Moved by trustee Huckrow, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by the usual sign of aye.
so.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Next thing is the 53rd Annual St. Patrick's Day Breakfast on Thursday, March 17th. You get a corporate table for $240. That brings 10 people. I know I'm going.
I went last year, we had a good time. Yeah, I can go that day.
Lance?
I'll make a motion to allow the mayor and trustee Jefferson to attend the St. Patrick's Day breakfast on March 17th.
Second.
Chuck.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Huckrow. Is there any discussion? There be no discussion, all those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. There's one other thing that's not on the agenda. This afternoon, at 1 o'clock at the West Side Ballroom, the Lieutenant Governor from the state of New York was here. And I got an invitation to go down. And they talked about the budget, upcoming budget for the state of New York. Well, I'll tell you what, there were no roses. I was impressed with the Lieutenant Governor. I think it's a different breed. And he promises he will be no stranger to northern New York.
You're gonna cut wasteful deficit spending?
Well, first of all, the schools are gonna get hit, and Medicaid. Those are the two big ones. But they're looking at everything and anything. And they're also looking at layoffs. Our hope is right in Albany.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, half of them know we'd be better off.
Anyway, there was no specifics given, but it was an overview. And he put out he had a nice presentation. And I think it opened some eyes. You know, the hidden things that are in the state budget, like the deficit for the state of New York, or not the deficit, the cost of living raise. Cost of living went up like 2.4%, something like that. And the money given to the school went up 12.7. I said, what's wrong with that picture? Right? That's gonna stop. There's a clause in the budget that allows that. And then, I think there was a piece in the paper Sunday about this. But the other one was Medicaid. My God, the cost of that. And that's gonna get cut.
A lot of fraud in there.
So anyway, just to let you know, it was very, very informative. I was impressed by the Lieutenant Governor. And I had a chance to talk to him on a one-on-one basis.
That's good that you went down in the last minute.
Yep.
Good.
Good for the village.
Okay, that's it for me. Trustee Jefferson.
Thank you, Mayor Rivers. First item on my agenda tonight is I make a motion to authorize Mike Riley, Dan Gay, and Gary Malinsky to attend a one-day laboratory training seminar in Plattsburgh on April 14, 2011. And it counts towards their hours to get certified, but they have to keep their certification up every year.
Second.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Huckrow. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
Okay, the second item on my agenda is I request an executive session to discuss an electrical issue, and I'll put that in form of a motion.
Second.
Which one?
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Baker. Roll call vote, trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Baker.
Aye.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Huckrow.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye.
Okay, and just before the meeting, I spoke with people from the figure skating, and the original agreement that we said at the last meeting, they're gonna put Wi-Fi in here. It hinged on whether the hockey club and the figure skating both agreed to it, and they've agreed to it, so we're gonna go ahead and put Wi-Fi here at the rink. It'll be good for the parents and good for the village. That's all I have to report tonight, thank you.
Thank you, trustee Jefferson. Trustee Roberts. No, Baker. Excuse me.
Take his mic, now you won't let him speak then.
All right, I'd like to request an executive session to discuss civic center personnel.
Second?
Moved by trustee Baker, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Any discussion? Oh, no discussion. I'm not feeling too good tonight, guys. Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you.
That's it for me.
Thank you, trustee Baker. Trustee Roberts.
I just have a few things that I'd like to report on. The first is, we had our annual wastewater treatment plant inspection, and we have the report. This is from the DEC, it's an annual inspection.
Yep.
The report showed that our annual wastewater treatment plant inspection conducted on January 21st, 2011. In general, the facility was found to be well-maintained and operating within its permits limits. So I'd like to thank Tom Reed, Ernie Barco, and Grenadine for doing what they do and doing it well. Next thing I'd like to report is we received a letter from New York Rural Water Association. This is where we send all of our folks down to get their training. Well, the House of Representatives has just passed a revision to the budget, and it's going to lower the total available funds. And they're asking us to send a letter of support from the village to this water association supporting. Basically, they're looking for our support to try and maintain the state funding that's provided. So I think Carol's going to work on that and just let them know that we support that.
Madam
This
Clerk.
is very important.
No? She's not paying attention.
Yeah.
One thing you can put in there, that they should maintain at least what they're doing now or not more, or no more mandates from you people, because we just can't take it.
Well, I believe they're going to send us a template of the letter
Yeah,
rate
they're just
basically
supposed
that
to send
they're
us a
asking
sample.
for. So hopefully we'll get all the other everything covered. And the last thing I would like to do is request an executive session to discuss the police station, please.
Right, we're back to that forever.
Yes, we will.
Second.
Moved by trustee Roberts, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Roll call vote, trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Baker.
Aye.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
And trustee Huckrow.
Aye.
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, when the mayor votes aye. That's time to get it out. Okay, trustee Huckrow.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm passing out a tax reduction score sheet that we agreed with the fire department on last week when Brian and I went to the TV. And changed a couple little things in it, but this is a score sheet that basically is adopted by the Canadian system, and the state comptroller has approved it with the changes that are in it, which makes it's pretty much going to go the way it is. And I don't, do we need a motion or anything to approve of this, or maybe not?
Well, it's a-
Basically, what it's doing is defining what an active member is. I think that we should at least let the fire department know that we support it or not, or don't support it. And that way they can implement this, because right now they don't have it implemented.
Well, in that case, we'll turn it into a motion.
Yep. And I'll second that.
Moved by trustee Huckrow, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Any discussion?
Look, just for clarity reasons, what this does is basically, it makes the fire department members earn their 10% reduction. They're just not on the roster. You have to earn it in order to get that 10% tax deduction. So I think it's a great move on the fire department, and it's a good move by us to, actually, if we're gonna give this 10% discount, in their tax rate, then it has to be earned, and that's what this does, it sets the guidelines and they have to earn it, so I think it's a great one.
You can see that there are a variety of ways that each fire person can get to the total number of points that they need per year. So, and the people that work for us in the fire department were serious about this whole thing. It was not a little game with them. They want their brothers to be responsible.
Yep, that's great.
For your information, Mr. Roberts, Trustee Roberts, you got a very nice compliment from legislator McManus. He said you did one beautiful job in this presentation to the school board, and the school board has approved it.
That's great.
You were the one that put him over the top.
There we go.
Anyway, that means that the town of Champlain, and including, I think, the town of Morris, because they
Yes.
have completely approved this, and that's what the rest of the county is looking at, and thus up here. So, starting in September, you will, those that are eligible, that are at this point, they have not stated, well, how we're gonna get it. You know, you only got, sure, we're gonna have to go up at the assessor's office and whatever it
Fill out
has to
some
be done.
application.
But starting in, on the school board budget this year, September, you'll be getting the reduction.
Now, Mr. Mayor, we have a motion on the floor.
All right?
Since hopefully you don't feel well. I thought Jefferson was deputy mayor.
No. He was at, like, Frank Hoyt used on Red Wild.
Oh, yeah, snap it in half.
Is that why Red's the way he is?
Yeah. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor, vote by your side of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
And, Mr. Mayor, I would like that Mr. Brian would pass on to the village crew what a beautiful job they have done in cleaning up after two snowstorms, and maybe tomorrow morning a third one. Beautiful job. The village looks just, can't go any place around and have it look as good as this. Commend them, please.
Thank you.
Yes, they did.
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Totally amazed.
A lot of snow.
Well,
Don't forget to
anything else?
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
You've been listening.
Yes, I heard you. I'd like to see if you can repeat it. Carol,
I have nothing.
that's it?
I just want to report that I'm still plugging along on the budget, and that hopefully I'll have the rest of the sheets that haven't been turned in by the end of the week.
Thank you. Brian?
I just have a couple of things to report. We had our confined space training today. It was very informational. It was good for the guys to be aware of what can harm them and, you know, the safe procedures of entering the confined space. And another thing about our electric utilities that we have here in the village, we're very unique with the underground, but that also causes other problems with the snow removal, snow plows. So I just want people to be aware of those green boxes. Those are our power supplies. So if you're out there plowing, and the fire hydrants, right now we have maybe a third of them, half of them dug out, and by tomorrow, 4 o'clock, they'll all be dug out. But we're going to continue removing the snow, especially in the places that you have to creep out into the intersections.
Yeah,
We're trying to get the business section done first, and we're going to do, you know, the other safety issues. So we're going to be hauling snow for quite a while until it's
basically
done.
you're
Good
gonna
job.
go at every intersection.
Every intersection,
Awesome.
just to drop those banks down so people can see, so they can pull out.
Safety first.
Safety first, definitely.
Whatever it takes.
They have it a snow sale?
We'll bring you all you want.
I went up and back and saw that plowing, oh my God. Look, you gotta come back.
But also, all the public work's been working on, and the line crew, the electric department, they've been helping cleaning out fire hydrants, and the wastewater's been helping us piling the snow. I mean, it is a team effort. I know the water plant's been working, keeping the sidewalks clear for us, like around the village office, so It is a team.
I know you guys are extremely busy, but have you assessed the snow on the rooftops?
Yes, we have. Actually, I did that this afternoon, and the ones that I really would be concerned about is the PD and the village garage down at the village office, because they're flat roofs. And we're gonna get actually up there tomorrow and inspect them. If they have to be shoveled, we're gonna shovel them off.
Yeah, I spoke with Brian this afternoon, and I said, we're gonna get more snow, it's really heavy right now, so.
Those are mostly our concerns. All the rest of the roofs are in pretty good shape. The library's got slate, and that all pretty much went off today. The rest of them are pretty good peaked roofs, like the rec center here.
Thank you.
Anything else, Brian?
No, that's all I have.
Thank you very much, sir. Open meeting to the public at this time. Anybody wishing to address the board may do so. No one wishes to address the board. I'll take a motion for recess at 22.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
We're gonna change your